finally some audio. Okay, so this will be a long format series about basically me learning FreeCAD on my PC. Now, why do I do this? I don't think anyone will see this video, but I just want to show the world that learning a new thing can be difficult. I major in electrical engineering, so I basically don't have any prior skill to this. And most of the content is about people doing it very well. People on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, somehow called X, keep doing it right the first time, so they don't see the struggle of people learning the process. So I think I will start a trend of video about the difficulty in the learning process. So this is not really a tutorial kind of thing. If you if you're expecting that kind of content, you should step out now. So I'm just gonna start it. FreeCAD baby. So this is somewhat of a continuation on the last video I've made in a short form content. Now that video was about my laptop dock. Okay. let's load this thing up right now. Okay, OBS seems to be still running. We are still getting footage. Man, this thing would sucks if I didn't get any. Okay, so this is the laptop dock that I've designed in FreeCAD. A couple things I should tell you about. Is this even the correct file? Seems to be not, but oh no, I think I should really made a copy with it. Also, let's get into it first. So this is the laptop dock that I have made. This select this, right? Okay, so this side is where I put my laptop in. There is yeah, I put it in vertically from this direction and slide it in, and conveniently the exhaust fan of the laptop is also pointed in this direction, so I can get somewhat of a hand warmer for myself. Now of course the laptop, the ThinkPad T14 Gen 1 is a lot longer than this, that I can show you the sketch of the laptop housing. So this is the laptop housing, and it will stick out quite a bit around here. Not that much of a problem. It doesn't impact the structural integrity or anything, so it would still works. Now, so I slide it in this way, and let's come out to the back here. Okay, this cutout is for all the ports of the laptop that I want to use, like all of the ports are here. So I have a charging hole right here, a HDMI, a cutout for HDMI, and thunderbolt 3 right here. So the problem is I still can't get the torrent correct to just slide the laptop in without having to manually plug the cables in the back. I'm figuring that out. So yeah, maybe in a couple more video. Okay, now the section right here is for the Thunderbolt 3 hub. I think I can show you it right now. Thunderbolt 3 hub. ACS. Now let's do a little bit of sharpening. Now, what was it? It was about over 1 million. So let's should be quicker this way. No. Is it? No. Mines have 2 HDMI ports, and the rest are USB and micro SD. It was about 1 million, so I don't think they have it here. What a shame. Yep, this is. What the hell is this? Is this even possible? So two. So basically three. Yeah. So a little bit about my situation, because I have this monitor is a 4K monitor. On the left is a full HD. On my left and my right is a full HD video. So I want to use all my monitors. A little bit excessive for some people, but I enjoy the screen real estate, so that's why I'm willing to do it. Is it? This looks like no. 18.1. Ooh, this might be it, right? Bit of a cell. SD slot. Okay, this is correct. What's about 2 screen mirror mode? I don't know what that means, but I think this is mine. Okay, so the basis medically multifunctional Gen 2 for an 8-in-1. So yeah, I think I got the 8-in-1 model. This actually look exactly like the one I got. So it will slide in, and you notice that on this side there is a wire coming out. So I have to make a big cutout for it, so I can slide it in. And on the back it is blocked off, so it doesn't just fall right through. And I took all these measurements with a cheap ass caliper from Vinasemi, if I remember correctly. Yeah, like this piece of shit. It is actually quite okay, but the problem is that the jaws are now bent. I don't know why it got bent. I have never dropped it. Maybe because I lent it to somebody else, but it got bent and caused wrong accuracy reading now. But overall, a pretty decent caliper, although there is some rust issue. So I even back to the model. We're getting off topic. So I made a cutout for so I can see whether the hub is on, because they have an indicator LED right here. This thing will light up when it got powered. The upper section, the upper cutout is for the USB ports right here, and the lower cutouts are for the rest. So 2 HDMI ports and the SD card slot. So that is how I design it. And of course let's make it so easy to see. I put a fillet. Yeah, a fillet, not a bevel. I put a fillet around 2.9. They don't let me input 3mm fillet, but that's okay. Yeah, I put a fillet all around this, and because this is how it will be printed on. So because the bamboo labs are quite they have a 255 50 millimeter, so I will print this thing top up, and I will round these corners are round out all of the corners. This part here is the part that we will contact the bed. So in this orientation, when the tool head slide in and move in a curve, they don't have to stop like in the graph here. They can just glide along, and it improve the print time. So that's why I do it, and it make for an actually much better looking feel to it. Of course, there are always gonna be parts and yeah, places where you cannot put. I think I'm intending to improve the topology here, the graph here, because the laptop didn't need all this stuff. So because yeah, I mount this section to the side of my table, this part here, and that is why it have mounting holes. I only use two of them, but yeah, that is why there's a big cutout right here so I can mount the thing. Now a couple thing I want to note down here, what I want to do. So notepad, what the heck is this? So what I want to do, improve a laptop dock. Okay, what I want to improve, a holder for the laptop charger. Okay, I want something to store, at least hold the laptop charger, so in that way I don't have to, so I don't have to hold it. Yeah, I have to lay the laptop charger, the whole power brick, on the ground, and it can be elegantly mounted on the side, on the other side of the dock also. So everything have a place, less clutter, better organized, generally better everything if I can have a holder for the laptop charger. The second thing is that better cooling options. So because this side right here blocked off a lot of intake. Yeah, I think those are intakes, fans, vent on the laptop. So I don't think it's good for the laptop in the long run. And because even though the ThinkPad T14 Gen 1 is not that much of a powerhouse, I do feel like it can benefit from a cooler solution. Same logic for the laptop dock. This thing can get pretty hot because it will have to pass through 60 watts of power from, yeah, like, because I don't have to plug in, the main point of this is that so that I don't have to plug in the laptop charger directly into the laptop. I can just plug it into the dock, and the dock will also power the laptop. So I can just use one cable from the hub to the laptop when I plug it in. That is the main goal of this design. So keep the thing super organized, because if I don't do this, it is super messy. Like I have a lot of peripheral to connect to. I have a USB microphone, which is the one I'm using to record. So a bit closer to the mic, this is the HyperX Solocast, and I love this thing. So much audio clarity for me, and like made me feel super important like a streamer. So I use it all the time, and I plug it in right here. The other one is a keyboard, a super cheap membrane keyboard that I use. For some reason it had lasted me for like 6 years. And down here are two HDMI cable for my two full HD monitor. The back of the laptop, of course, I do need to use the HDMI port over here. So overall, I still do have to plug in two cable, but my company may let us get an upgraded laptop which has Thunderbolt 4 for some reason, and I can be truly using only one. But that stuff is for the future. Right now we live in the moment. So better cooling, so no more blocking off the entire thing. I need to get this thing cooled, otherwise it will very likely break. So uh, for laptop and hub. Okay. Now I do feel like the mounting options are a little bit excessive, to say the least. So what do I mean by that? I don't think I need two heavy duty screws, a bunch of screws to hold it in place. And this thing is like pretty permanent to me. A little bit not to my liking, because like, yeah, you have to screw it in, and doesn't give me that much flexibility. Even though I can make the model that you like this, I want it to be somewhat modular. I'm thinking about drilling to the side of my PC case and use this system. So I want my laptop dock. So I will first mount this grid to the side panel of my PC case, and then mount my laptop dock to this panel system. Now, what will that do for me? To be honest, not that much. I will have to drill a bunch of more holes. I seriously need to rethink this approach. Because, yeah, it's actually a pretty bad idea. Not gonna lie. Let's grab that. Let's see. Dock laptop. Improve. Oh, okay. Improve. What is it? The fit. Yeah. Of the laptop. Now, this thing, the hub fit in perfectly fine, although there was some trouble with warping. I do get it inside. The problem is that the profile of the ThinkPad, do they have any picture of the side profile? This thing looks pretty good. Yes, let's use this. Okay, you can see these sides are beveled. I forgot to take that into account, and forgot to take into account that there is also a rubber fit at the bottom of the laptop. So because I took measurement by just sticking a caliper to the edge of this side and measure the depth from the side, from this the top of this surface to the table. So that leaves a bunch of room under the laptop that is wasted, and yeah, wasted, completely wasted. And also on the corner, like there's only one corner touching the dock, like the enclosure, and there's a lot of wasted space which ruin the fit of the laptop, so the laptop can actually rattle a little bit. And I learned that I can dial in, like I can fit it in a little bit closer now, because to be frank, like I think yeah, I think I can make the torrent a little bit tighter without impairing the pushing in action of this. Yeah, so these are all the parts I have said before. Why didn't I use this? So this is the HDMI, the thunderbolt right here. I don't know what the hell this does. The power. So when I use the laptop to work from home, I only have to plug in a single cable from the dock to this port, and another cable that is plugged into the HDMI, so I can use my 4K monitor. Two cable, yeah, two cable for now. A major thing that I think I should leave for last, because this will be a giant time sink, is the cable tunnel for the HDMI and thunderbolt. So I want to just slide my laptop in without having to come to the back of the laptop and stick it in manually, because at the end of the day I still have to pull my laptop out, open it, and power it on. So having a cable tunnel, it will be a game changer, not gonna lie. Yeah, that is how the stuff that I want to improve. I don't think I can get any stuff done tonight. Actually quite tired, but yeah, that's the whole thing of it. I do get some benefit from doing this thing. I know my requirements now. I know what I want for this thing. I probably still print this thing with PETG, mainly because I do find it to be, let's just say, more heat tolerant. Something that this thing will definitely need. What can I improve on this? So a block can be actually pretty easy. Let's analyze our approaches, right? I think this file is actually a dot. Let me check this thing. Laptop dock v2. Yeah, oh yes, this is much. Okay, this is a much earlier, much more improved version that I have made. Okay, that is out. Discard. Okay, in this version, as you can see, it is much more blocky because I have removed the fillet command, so it is much more clear when we are editing. Now from the looks of it, I have measured out the fan holes. Laptop port, no. Laptop hole, pocket operation, thunderbolt, LED indicator, which is this. So what is this? Oh, it has USB ports. Let's rename this. Why does an F2 work? Okay. From the top up, yeah, this is definitely USB ports. Close. USB port. What is this? This is the F2. F2. HDMI. And what? Charger. Ports. Okay. Close the task. Now these are definitely fan holes. I think I moved it in. Of course, there's some error. We're gonna sort it out later. Yeah, that's the problem with KiCad. The error message doesn't actually tell you a lot. So I have made out some fan holes, but it doesn't. So from what we have think about, I think we can move up the Thunderbolt ports, Thunderbolt hub to here, because this area have fans already, so I don't want to cover it up. Move the Thunderbolt up here, add a place for the laptop charger over here, so that the laptop charger can plug it in to the underside. So because as I have said before, the the charging board is down here. So I want the power brick to be below the thunderbolt hub. One. Okay, yeah. So move it up. Power brick should really actually the yeah, I don't need to make a okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So the resolution is okay for the laptop charger. Solution is move the hub up to make space for laptop charger below. Okay, I think we got it down pretty quickly. Now, better cooling for laptop. I think we should enter. Tab. Okay. Okay. Option. So a cutout is most definitely better. So not just a cutout for the LED, but we will try to remove as much material as possible to improve the cooling of this thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cut out. For thunderbolt hub. So we will try to remove as much material as possible. Something more like a rectangle cutout. Then because there will be some material down here to hold the structure together, I think we will be fine. The dock isn't that heavy. Okay, get that done. Alright. But how do we design? This is V2, right? So okay, let's finish up the thought process before doing anything. I don't think I'm in the right mindset right now. It's about Christmas Eve and Santa Claus is not coming tonight. Improve the fit of the laptop? Yes. So how do we improve the fit of the laptop? Bevel at the corner. Yeah, beveling at the corner. Yeah, the bevel will improve the alignment when I put it in. Definitely, that will be first on the list. But I'm still thinking on how to improve the edge right here. The rubber fit. Should I make a channel for the rubber fit? I don't think I don't think a channel for rubber fit would be a good idea. Since rubber can be quite a hassle to work with. Maybe a groove so the rubber feet can go into. It would have to be a pretty big groove, but I don't know. Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it on the table. But for now, we'll only bevel the edges of the laptop. Cable tunnel for the HDMI Thunderbolt. I have no idea how to do this. I can quickly take some measurement of the port of the cable, but how do we know that it will fit? That is the real question. Because each manufacturer made a different size of cable enclosure, so some had a bit pretty big, some are pretty small. So there is no actual standard on the enclosure of the charging cable. I don't like this. Well, at Bosch we do say design for life, so invented for life. So this part is a pretty crucial part, a crucial thing for a laptop dock, don't you think? Oh, I'm seriously stuck right now. This one seems promising. There's no holes. Okay. Okay, not the same. Not the same as our question. What's that? What do they do about this 3D print laptop dock? I'm curious, how do they approach this dilemma? Because I know it is possible. Some guy on YouTube even made it. I don't know. This seems pretty standard issue. I will still have to plug the whole thing myself. MacBook Pro Mini, huh? You can add a piece of plastic to her. Okay. So I don't think this is the one. Should I make it how do I say it? Adjustable? Is that a word? So I can just how do I say it? I can print the whole thing as if we're now plug all the cables in, add another piece of plastic. I will have to print another piece of plastic with some generous cutout, and when I soldered and when all the cables plug in, I can just adjust that piece of plastic to the laptop stand, so I don't have to fit anything in the first place. No, seems pretty challenging, and I will have to get that thing about the fit of a laptop down first, because if the laptop is rattling, there's no point in getting this thing right. This guy seems to get it. So the Pro science way. Yep, my same solution, my same problem, because my hub takes up a lot of space, mainly because of the cables. So 2 USB devices, 3 cables to charge, and I have to even bring the 4th cable, the HDMI cable, onto the table. So quite a bit of clutter can be easily snagged. Not ideal at all. Cable set on top of this. Okay. Problem with scaling. Top cover. No, okay. Time tidy. Release button. Okay. Manage horizontally on the side, like a draw in the pig. I think some guy on YouTube did that already. So laptop 3D printed laptop. I have it obsessed. This is the one. Ooh, this guy made it also. Let's watch it. I don't know if you guys can hear the video. Wait, am I allowed to play this video? Yes, I can. I think this is transformative, right? So let's analyze a bit. Damn, yeah, like elegant solutions. But how did he do it? Okay, not much about that. It's cool though. Too loud.
I order some pizza online. I'm just plugging my laptop in now. Yeah, great. Look, I'm pretty easy. How about, like, what do you feel like? Yes, I make decisions occasionally. Didn't I decide last night? Okay, look, how about we do...
Gyro infield.
There were 2 things that I wanted for my setup. A minimalist stand that freed up room and hid cables, but also served as a dock so that I could plug my laptop in with one hand, and this is what I came up with. It's easily 3D printable, and obviously I've tailored it for a snug fit with my 2017 MacBook Pro, but the parametric model is up on CADHub and could easily be edited to suit other laptops. The stand is designed around these plug harnesses that can be printed for different models of USB-C plugs, that then lock into the stand with this key to hold the plug in the correct position for the laptop. There are a few harnesses available for different plugs, including genuine Apple plugs, and then there's a fallback of following these dimensions and use the make harness function to create your own to match your plug's dimensions. The harness is secured to the plug with a single small cable tie towards the rear of the plug, tightening it so that the harness and the plug housing is flush. The plug is then threaded into the stand with the key facing the cable tie truss. Then another cable tie is fed into the stand, starting on the end without the larger pocket, as this is for the head of the cable tie. The cable tie should work its way around and come out again. Make sure the plug is positioned correctly with the key seated and then tighten. I would recommend using some double-sided tape to secure the stand, but it's not strictly necessary. Then just position where you want it and you're good to go. If you make this, tweet it at me, I'd love to see it. Like I said, the model is hosted on CADHub, which is a community hub for CodeCAD lovers. Check it out if you haven't already. I also have a newsletter which is much better than all the big tech algorithm follow/subscribe alternatives.
There must be DIY perks. Let's see.
Laptops are great for their portability, but when it comes to getting some serious work done, it's often through them for mounting purposes. One glue we're going to use from touching the laptop,
So he used
position on the dock, these cables can all be plugged in, after which we can mould some tack around the area of each plug to prevent the glue we're going to use from touching the laptop or spreading too far. You may want to make some grooves in the base as well to give the glue something extra to adhere to, and it's a good idea to rough up the plastic on each connector for the same reason. The glue I'm using is slow drying epoxy, which has a working time of about an hour. I'd recommend this over the fast drying stuff, as those often set within 10 minutes, which makes it a little bit stressful as you'd have to rush to get it all done in time. So once it's thoroughly mixed, it can be spooned into each tack mould, as well as being added to the underside of each connector. You need to take care when plugging these in so as not to let any glue enter the port at all, which would be quite disastrous for obvious reasons. Once it's in place, some more glue can be added up the sides for some extra strength.
So he used
They now need to be
epoxy
left until the glue is completely
after
cured,
he plugged
and
it
it's
in.
important that they are in a very neutral position for this, not being pushed in any particular direction, so that they will be perfectly in place once set. So once it has set, the tack can be peeled away as much as possible, which leaves the port solidly and securely in position. So much so that the laptop can be slid in and out, and they'll remain securely anchored as if set in stone. Now it's time to tidy up
That's
the cables.
beautiful.
So we can bundle them together with a cable tie and get some black cotton ribbon, wrapping it around and around to tightly bind them together. This makes for a single exit cable that looks really smart. So now there's only one thing left to do, which is to make a covering piece to hide the connectors. I made mine out of a single piece of aluminium and used some tin snips and files to make a little cutout in the middle.
That's actually pretty clever. You know what? Let's call it a night. Ooh, 500 view already.
Okay, quick update. I just made myself
Yeah. Thank
a
you for
laptop
Kami for
with
recommending the
a
cable
Thunderbolt
tunnels
3
inside the
hub.
walls.
So I designed this thing so that my laptop can slide out and in. And on the other side, and on this
Yeah,
side,
this is the
I only have
painful
a
part. I
single
have to
cable
come all the way back,
from the Thunderbolt 3 hub
and you can
to
see there's
the
some
laptop.
defect when
So I made a
printing.
cutout
It was
on
warping,
FreeCAD
and I have
to
to
use my microphone
use a
and
lot of
keyboard,
deburring to get it out.
to display a laptop charger, and of course I made a cutout for the 4K, my 4K screen, so that I can use all my 3 screen.
I think we can call it a night. Okay, thank you for being super patient. Stay tuned for future learning and researching montage like this. Not the most exhilarating content, but I hope you can see how doing stuff like this is not easy. Even for someone who has some sort of technical background, it is completely new for me. And yeah, this is usually how designing, doing stuff goes, right? You don't know anything about it, you just try to do a bunch of research, which can and might get you somewhere, but a lot of time it just doesn't, and you have to figure it out a way. Recently I have a desire to publish stuff so that people don't have to go through the same pain as I did when designing this stuff. So I'm gonna upload it now. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody.